Alright, so this is an incredibly simple recipe. So we're going to be making teriyaki soy curls. So what you'll need are some soy curls. Basically, soy curls are just dehydrated soybeans. They look like this, and they have a very meaty texture, and they're incredibly easy to cook with. This is way easier to cook with than TVP. You know, it being soy, it's pretty damn high in minerals, so you're going to need those, and you're going to need some kind of broth. You can use a vegetable broth. You can also use like imitation, you know, vegan chicken broths or vegan beef broths. You're going to use any sauce you want, but I'm going to be using teriyaki sauce here, and also a little bit of miso. Alright, so we're going to take our vegetable broth, pour it into a pot. There's no, like, exact measurements here. Basically, you're just using the broth to rehydrate the soy curls, so use as much broth as you need to, you know, rehydrate whatever amount of soy curls you're using. We're also going to grab a spoon of miso, about yay big. There we go. And I'm going to use this entire bag of soy curls at once, so I'm going to also add a bit of water, just so that there's enough fluid to, you know, rehydrate these soy curls. Next, you're going to put the stove on, and you just want to mix the miso into this broth. You don't want to bring this to a boil, you just want it to be warm enough so that, you know, the miso gets integrated into this broth well. So the miso is completely mixed into this broth and water mixture, so we're going to take this off the heat, move this you know, off this stove. You don't want the soy curls to like actually cook, so we're just gonna dump these in and just you know, mush them down, make sure they all get soaked. So they're just going to sit here for, you know, roughly 10 minutes. You know, after 5 minutes, just mix them around again just to make sure they're all getting soaked up. Okay, so the soy curls have been soaking for about 10 minutes, and you can already tell this does resemble chicken quite a bit. So now the next step is to drain this and strain out all of the excess fluid. So now the next step is to marinate this. So these soy curls, they don't have any flavor on their own. They just taste like nothing. So you can use whatever sauces or spices you want to try and flavor this. I think this goes really well with teriyaki, so we're just going to place this in a reusable container and just dump a whole bunch of teriyaki and just mix it up so it's all evenly distributed. Okay, so there we are. The marinade is all mixed up, so now you want the marinade to soak into the soy curls, so just throw this in the fridge. A couple hours should be good enough. I'd say, you know, beyond 4 hours, probably overdoing it. So we're just going to leave this in the fridge for a couple hours, then we're going to cook it later. Okay, so now the soy curls have been marinating for a few hours. We're going to put them in the Actifry. It's an air fryer. You don't need to use an air fryer, you can just use a normal skillet, but it's, you know, really simple and easy in the air fryer. So we're gonna put in just a little bit of oil, just so things don't like burn, and it's lubricated. There we go. We only need a little bit, like half a tablespoon. So just dump all this in. And I'm also going to add a bit of frozen broccoli. Alright, so this was a pretty big batch, and I needed to cook this for 25 minutes, but now you can see it's nice and crispy, and it has a very meaty texture to it, and it also tastes quite good. And here it is plated, so as you can see, it really looks like chicken. It has like the same texture as chicken, and it it tastes like anything you flavor it with. So if you want it to taste more beefy, you can use like an imitation beef broth or imitation chicken broth. And whatever sauce you use, of course, it's going to change the flavor. But this tastes great. Try out the recipe, try out soy curls, and as always, keep making those vegan gains.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.